sits on a smoke cloud, thinking out loud, trying to be strong as she
Hi.
song.
How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Excited to be on the interview with you.
Yes, likewise. Likewise. Welcome to The Bigger Picture with Dakari. We have our guest here today, Porcelan,
Hey.
right? Porcelan Music,
Yes,
right?
that's
Beautiful,
right.
beautiful woman. Beautiful woman. Now,
Thank you.
I mean, I have been listening to your music. I must say, you got at least a dozen streams from me just in the past, like, 4 hours.
For
Because I've just
real?
been playing on
Well,
repeat.
thank you.
On
Keep
repeat.
playing.
Seriously. I mean, you had the single out that you just dropped last month, right? Grimy.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yo,
Mhm.
you wrote that?
I did.
Girl, after my own heart. I've been in my feelings about my own personal stuff. So
Man, people are so great.
on time. Mm-hmm.
Real talk. People grimy as
Now, you are a Tennessee native, yes?
yes, yeah, I am.
Yes, from Memphis.
Yep, born and raised. Born and raised. It's my hometown.
Excellent. Are you still there now?
Yeah, I am. Since the corona and everything, got to be close to your family during this time. So I'm just happy. I'm fortunate enough to still be able to do music and do what I love, but still spend time with my family. Family, you need family in this business. So it's important. Stay grounded.
They help. Yep, you took the words right out of my mouth. That was my next phrase.
We think a
Yeah,
lot.
no, for real. But yeah, so that's what's up. And Tennessee is beautiful from what I understand. I've driven through there a few times and it's gorgeous.
It
So I live in
is.
South Carolina.
Definitely
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Now you're with Made in Memphis, right?
Yeah, I've been with Made in Memphis for about 3 years. Yep, that's my
Mhm.
Memphis family.
Yeah. Now that was you dropped the first album with them, right? The first project.
Well, my album, I dropped my first 3 singles with them. My album is dropping next month. That'll be my first album with them.
Actual album. All
Yes,
right. Okay.
actual album.
Actual album. I know because there's EPs and singles and we release these projects, you know what I'm saying, and we see these projects come out. But this is like your first full length.
First
Well,
full length project. I'm so excited about it. Because it's my first project, and I feel like that's your intro. I've done Lois Lane. I had an intro with that one into the industry, and people got to know a side of me. But it's like this is a whole spectrum of different dimensions. So I'm just excited to get a lot of streams because that's how I know people like it. If people listening to it, they can relate to it, and I want people to be able to relate to it.
well, Lois Lane, beautiful song. You wrote that too, right?
Actually, my writing, I'm calling him like my writing husband at times. It's so funny because I'm like we're binded by the pen, but we literally write everything. Like either I'm writing it and he's like, telling me, yeah, P, yeah, that's good. Say it, pop your,
Yeah.
or he's writing and I'm like, we need to put a little bit of this. So it's like we're so connected and close that even though I didn't write Lois Lane, the story that he wrote is definitely about my life. So he was like, I got a song for you. And
Well, you can tell by the way you deliver it. And I have to say this. Lois Lane, the studio version is beautiful. The video is super dope. I really love the storyline. You did your thing in there. I mean, I'm hoping that I want another video of you. You know what I mean? What I will say is this about Lois Lane. I have listened to the cover, or not the cover, excuse me, the acoustic version. I listened to the acoustic version and blew me away. You have such a beautiful voice. You are an authentic singer, like a real singer.
Thank you. I appreciate that. David Porter don't let me slide. So it's like, no, you got to put your heart in.
You did.
I believe in Lois Lane, and I feel like it's important when you believe in what you're singing about. You know, that's how people
Mhm.
connect with it. So I'm really happy that you like it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm sure I speak for a lot of people. It's not just me personally. Seriously, you did your thing. Um, Now, Porcelain, the name Porcelain, is that a stage name? Is because that's such an unusual name.
It's very no, it's my
It's
real name.
beautiful. It's very unusual. Like I think it's great. You know what I mean? I'm just wondering, is that a stage name or?
It's my you know how you have musicians and artists have children, and then they name them these odd, crazy names because they're so eccentric and artistic. Yeah, my name that's definitely my real name. And when I started doing music, I was like, what's my stage name gonna be? I was like, wait, my name's Porcelain. I don't need a stage name. That's already.
You don't need a stage name. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, you didn't have to make anything up. You came right out. You came right out into the world, already
Yeah,
ready to go.
they saved me the trouble. I always tell my mom and dad, I'm like, y'all, you know, I'm so glad y'all were artists, and they were in a band together and they toured. So we'll name a baby Porcelain, and that was my mom's stage name. So it ended up working out really, really well.
All right, so you just got artistry and musicianship in your blood. Like you just, like again, you just came out that way. You now, when did you first learn that you wanted to sing?
I learned that I wanted to sing. Well, growing up in a musical family, it's like you just, honestly, you just wanna. It's like I wonder if I can sing because I grew up listening to my mom sing in the kitchen. I grew up listening to my family at family reunions, and they're singing, let's sing that song we used to sing when we was kids, and it just comes out, and it was just always melodic and super harmonic, and it's like I come from a gospel family, so I mean you can imagine what a southern gospel family is like, and you know, and they be singing, what they call it singing, they be singing down.
Same.
So
Yeah.
I just used to be like, man, I wonder, can I do that? I wonder, did I inherit that singing ability? And I used to sing in the bathroom or in the shower, and like we all think we can sing, you know, because we got the good acoustic in there and everything,
Acoustic.
the
Yeah.
good acoustic. And I auditioned when I was in the 5th grade they were looking for somebody to do a solo for my school graduation. And I was nervous about it, obviously. You know, you young.
What was the solo? What was the solo? You remember?
Um, it was it was a Yolanda Adams song. I think it was called I Believe. Um, it was one of those super inspirational, I'll rise type vibes. You know, we were going on to the middle school, and I mean, I felt like, I'm like, you know, I would love to do it, but I don't even know if I can sing or not. So I'm finna find out right now if I can sing. I started out so low. I was like, and it's like, girl, we can't hear you. And I started singing. I was scared out of my mind because I was so afraid that they were gonna say, "Ooh, I don't think you're gonna be good for this," or you know. And they were like,
right.
they were blown away, and I ended up doing it. Went home, ran home, and told my mom. And I was like, "Mom, I need your help. I need you to help me." And she ended up doing the second verse. So it was like a little.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it
Wow.
ended up being like super just amazing. Like to just have my mom support during that time. It was great.
Like it was just meant to be, you know what I mean? And you have that guidance, like it was just meant to be. You know, some people are born, you know what I'm saying? I feel like it takes all types, okay? It takes all types. But I feel like some people are just born and this is their destiny. And listening to you sing and where it comes from a real place, you know, you're a real artist. And, you know, R&B, we need as many good female R&B singers, good, great R&B singers, you know, real R&B singers, you know what I'm saying? We need as many as possible. And it's just beautiful to see someone like yourself who is real. And, you know, I read a little bit about you as far as like, you know, you put your money together to put your first project out there. You believed in yourself. You know what I mean? So, you know, you persevered, and look at you now. Look at you now. 1.6 million views.
Look, man, it's like,
Million on what's it called? On YouTube.
yeah. I mean, I'm just happy, and I feel so blessed that so many people were connecting with the music the way I did, because I recorded the song and I said, man, women are going to be able to relate to this, because I feel like Lois Lane is a record where women do not want to feel like they're desperate for a man. Nobody wants to feel like they're desperate for anybody. But
No.
I mean, I felt like in that song I was showing vulnerability, but strength also, because it's okay to want somebody and you're doing well for yourself. I feel like it's okay to want somebody to have your back, whether you're independent or not. You know, you get tired. Like I was looking at a tweet from a young lady a couple of days ago, and she was just like, you know, I get tired of being a boss sometimes. Like,
You want somebody else to take the reins, listen for a little while.
right? Help out a little bit. You know, just help me check an email or two or something. Just have my back, you know. If I don't get up on time, you know, it's just certain things I feel like women don't necessarily need to be saved, but I feel like it's a thing to where we just want to feel loved. And even though we can lead and we are powerful, it's okay to, you know, fall on the shoulder and be like, man, I need a break today, you know. And I feel like that's what Lois Lane is. So I'm happy that so many women were able to connect with it.
Good, connect with that. Yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful song. And I mean, as I was going through, like I said, I saw the acoustic version of you singing a song, and then I ran into you doing an acoustic version of "Wanna Be Down" by, you know, that was originally by Brandy, and you really tore that down. It was a beautiful rendition of the song. Beautiful rendition. Now, did she have a huge influence on you?
I love Brandy. I mean, growing up, she was somebody who I really looked up to. I mean, her style, her arrangement, how smooth the texture is. Like, she got a tone out of this world, and it's just so pure. And the fact that she sounds the same live that she does on her music, I mean, that's hard to come by, because a lot of artists are studio singers. You know, they get on stage, they can't carry their own songs. And that is and to hear her, and she's still doing it, and I mean, a lot of people don't remember, like, Brandy has done stuff with all the legends, like Whitney, Diana Ross. I mean, she was a teenager doing these things. She's the Black Cinderella. So it's like, hey, you
literally.
Because a lot of people aren't aware of how many great songs that she had, and I'm super excited to see her verses, by the way, with Monica. That's gonna be.
That was my next question. That was my next.
You know, I'm gonna watch, because I'm like, hey, because you'll be surprised, like, because as I watch these verses, I'm finding out, you know, even people that I'd be like, no, he got more hits than him, or he got more hits than him. A lot of people, like, when I watched Nelly and Ludacris's verses, I had no idea Nelly had that many songs. Like, as far as I had no clue. And then, like, when I was watching DMX and Snoop Dogg, and you know, I oh, that was hilarious. I can't.
It was.
I can't. But I feel like it's an opportunity for people to remember the music that they did. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you just never know. So I'm ready to hear, you know, because I've been going back and forth with a couple people. So I'm trying to see what Monica gonna come with. You know, I grew up watching Brandy, so I already know the you know, what she gonna pull out her bag. So I'm just ready to see that, because people always kind of put them together on everything. I mean, I'm like, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if they would have never done The Boy Is Mine, would people even be pairing them together like they do? You know?
Well, sometimes, you know, unfortunately, the industry does that with women, though. you know,
Facts.
unfortunately. So even if they didn't do that song, I mean, that song I think helped. It helped the, you know what I mean, versus the competition between them. But I think that the industry just does that naturally anyway. I think it increases, excuse me, marketing sales, and you know, everybody
That's
likes a
true.
good juicy story. So yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
that's
Well, I
facts.
mean, so it goes without saying that you think Brandy got it. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying.
I'm trying so hard not to say it, but I'm like, oh,
I know.
I
I'm
don't
teasing
know.
you.
I'm like, I'm a Monica fan. I actually get compared to Monica a lot because a lot of people, like and like we just talked about, they always compare. They're always doing it, and I have gotten, and I guess that's why I have such a level of respect. She like the hood R&B girl next door, and I've always really appreciated how people respect her in the industry and how humble she has been. And you know, she's had a consistent career. She's never just necessarily fell off. She took time off music. You know, she has her songs she comes out with every now and then. She raises her kids, and people respect her whenever she drops. It's not like, oh, where you been? Nobody cares. You're not relevant anymore. People don't do her like that. So it's like,
No.
I.
Yeah, you're right. No, people are cold. People are cold. It's a cold world.
The internet is undefeated, and people they ain't nice. So I'm like, okay, I'm
Wow.
excited. So I'm like, prove me wrong.
Now, what are your thoughts now on the industry climate? You've been in here now. You've been doing it for a few years. What are your thoughts on the industry climate as far as for women? You know,
Um, I I feel
oh,
like
you mentioned something. You mentioned something in your loyalty song. That's the reason why I'm asking. That's the reason why I'm asking.
I already knew what you was. I was like, look, we'll be on the live for like 2 hours, but when I start talking about women in the industry, man, I mean, I feel like we don't get the respect that
Mm-hmm.
we deserve. We work hard. We have great ideas. And then a lot of times we get looked over, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's a thing to where, hey, these are women. Let's play them. Let's get their hopes up. Let's get over on them. Let's manipulate them. Let's make them work harder. Than I feel like sometimes I work harder than than males in the industry. I mean, because
Of
you want,
course.
and it's more energy because you want to come to the table, you want to sit at the table with these men, you want to be taken seriously from a business perspective. And for so many years, I feel like there's always been this perception of women are just cute. Don't talk because you're cute, so don't say nothing. Let me do all the talking. So it's like I've been in positions where I'm sitting at the table and I'm not being taken as seriously as a person, a male who can literally repeat
Mm-hmm.
everything that I said in the exact same manner, and it's like a whole brand new idea. And I'm going through that. So it's like, man, every day, I'm working on my craft. I'm working to show I have more to offer than just a look or there's thoughts in my head. you
Yes.
know
Yes. Yes. There's actually things going on in here. It's
yeah,
not just a
it's a
package.
brain in it. It's
Mm-hmm.
a brain.
Mm-hmm.
I can show up and be cute, but I can also know what I'm talking about as well.
That's right.
And I feel like, and on a good note with that, I feel like a lot of women are showing that, and they're stepping up to the table,
Yes.
and they're
Love.
leading, and they're owning their companies. And that's why I look at people like Issa Rae and other young women who are killing the game right now, and it's undeniable. You can't look at me and say I got this because I'm a female and because I'm cute, or because because I'm dating somebody, or I got a boyfriend who I need a man to walk me through the door. It's like, I feel like a lot of women now are walking themselves in, and it's more work, but I mean, it's worth it when you get there because you're responsible for your own success. And I'm just, I strive for that and keep that in mind. And that's why I feel like black men get highlighted all the time, you know, but Black women, queens, you know, we get put in
It's a struggle.
positions. Yeah, you know,
Mm.
we get put in positions where we have to take this route or look like this or act like this to get the attention, when men don't even have to do that much, you know. So
Nope.
you know,
Nope. Preach.
look, I know,
Preach that. Preach that shit out.
I be going home. Y'all listen to loyalty. Check loyalty out. You'll hear exactly what we talk about right now.
That's right. That's right. And it's streaming everywhere. Streaming everywhere. Man, I'm so like everything you said, that kind of energy is close to my heart because I feel you. You know, I know what it's like out here, and it's not easy, and you are doing your thing. You are doing your thing. So outside of music, do you see yourself doing anything else, like acting, perhaps? Because I see you in the videos. You do anything in the videos? Like, do you see anything else?
I do. I mean, I'm into acting. Like, I look at artists who they do the music and then they do a movie and then they do the music, and they're kind of like, I want to be multifaceted. I want to do everything I possibly can, just because everything is art. I feel like acting is an art. You know, writing is an art. Music is art, and I feel like it's a form of expression, and I want to be in, man. They ain't got enough Black action characters. I'm trying to be.
No.
I'm trying to be, you know, in the action movies, like the Mr. and Mrs. Smith movies, you know, the Atomic Blonde and all the Kill Bill, but like more Black female leading characters in those movies, because we the ones who be fighting, just to be honest.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean, so hold up. I'm sensing a little between your responses and stuff, and I'm sensing, like, I mean, obviously you're a powerful woman, but I'm sensing somebody that's very active. So you're very physical, no? I can see, like.
Look, I mean, quarantine to have me a little not working out to the capacity that I want to, but I definitely am. I feel like I would be way more equipped and, you know, getting when they do their own stunts and all that stuff. I'm like, man, I'm trying to do that kind of stuff.
Oh my goodness. So I'm going to see you out there in action movies and stuff like that. I'm excited. I can see it. Seriously.
Look, I'm now the next storm and make my eyes.
I know. I was thinking that. You know what I mean? Throw some, make your eyes blue, gray.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So, what about I mean, I know you have an album that's dropping. Yes, it's first full-length project, like you said, is next month. What can we expect from that album? Is it similar vibe, or you know what I mean? Like, what's different about this album, I should say, than any of the other songs or projects that you've put out thus far?
Well, with it being, I've come with so many different, like.
Oh.
Sorry, I had my hand on.
That's okay.
I'm like, you get to see just so many different sides of me. Like, it's called Mood Ring, and I'm going like the different phases of a relationship, like what you go through in a relationship, and you have beautiful moments, and then you have, it's like I've been literally calling it like the good, the bad, and the ugly type situation, because you have moments where I have, you know, just to give a few names on the album, I have a record called Switch Up. I have a record called Ain't That Simple. I have Act Out on the project. A song called Movies. And I think that even with the titles, you kind of get like a perspective of, what this song could be about this. Or like Switch Up is self-explanatory. You know, when somebody switch up with you, when everything is going good and they change out of nowhere and you wondering why. Like, it's just like, for me, it's a thought process and the different moods and vibes that I put on here. It's like different dimensions, but it's all still the same person. And I feel like that's important, because I wanted to create a project that was relatable. Like, even if you don't like every song, it's gonna be 1 or 2, 3 songs on the album you like, that is my life. And that's what I want people to feel. And that's why I put it together the way I did, because everybody's not going through the same thing at one time. But I want
Right.
to be able to talk about the things that everyone is going through, or have, you know, or reminds them of something, or takes them back. Like, man, I remember when I was with such and such, and we was like this. And that's how people connect. So I want people to get a sense of who I am. So
Excellent. I'm looking forward to Mood Ring. Mood Ring, everybody. Next month. Next month.
it's next month, September 25th.
Absolutely. You know, I heard you mention something about dimensions. Dimensions.
Layers.
Layers. She's talking about. You've got a lot of layers I can see. So what, describe to me, as far as layers are concerned, like, you know, you write from a real place about relationships, and it sounds like to me, you know, in your perspective on different situations, you know, how many dimensions of a, you know, are most important to you? Like, what are the dimensions of a relationship is what I'm trying to say. What are the dimensions of the relationship that, you know, you can pick up and put down? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what are the relationships or what are the dimensions in a relationship that you can pick up and put down, and like, you know what, I see that, yeah, you're not messing with me on this, and this. You know what I mean? Because as a whole, especially when it comes to love, you know what I mean?
I feel like, you know, I have a few songs about just making bad decisions, or being with somebody who makes you give up yourself, but they're not giving anything in return. And I speak on that, like, you can put your all into something, you can put your all into a relationship, and you can receive absolutely nothing. And that's withdrawing energy from you, and you need your energy. You need that for yourself. And if, like, I talked to a friend and he said, if the supply is higher than the demand, it's not worth the time. It's not worth the time. And I feel like that's something that you can definitely, like a dimension, you can apportion a layer that you don't need. You can get rid of, not beneficial for you. It's not helping you. And I feel like if you're not with somebody who makes you better, that's another thing. Like, if you're not adding to my life, and it's not materialistic value, if you're not adding anything to make me a better person, or you're not, because I feel like you should look at your significant other, and they should make you want to be a better version of yourself. And if they don't make you want to be a better version of yourself, then I don't know, you kind of just not gonna grow. You kind of just gonna be stagnated. And my album, I think, covers that, and just, you know, having to be suspicious about who you're dealing with. If you already got suspicions about that person, maybe it's a telltale sign that you shouldn't even be talking to them. Because if I got a question whether you're being honest with me, we shouldn't be in a relationship. So, you know, trust is the first thing you should have before dating someone. So yeah. So I think those are things you could definitely get rid of.
Those are the pieces that are like, yeah, it's a wrap. You know, because men test women all the time. You know, men test women all the time. So I think that it's time in 2020 that women start doing the same thing. You know,
put yourself first. You know, get rid of the unpack the baggage. Put it
for real. Now, I'm not going to keep you too much longer. I did hear you have a little doggy in the background. I wanted to ask you because I'm an animal lover, but I didn't want to interrupt the interview. What kind of doggy do you have?
I was like, shut up. She's a Shih Tzu. Her name is Grace. Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. She's cutie. She sounds like a cutie. I really thank you for taking the time out today to stop by the Bigger Picture and interview. And I'm looking forward to your project, Mood Ring. I sincerely am a huge supporter of you, you know. And I mean, is there anything else that you want to tell everyone that's listening right now?
I do want to say a couple things. I want
Yeah.
to say my single, In a Rush, will actually be out in a few weeks. The date is probably going to be around the 13th or the 12th. It's going to be really, 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 really dope. It's a vibe that people hadn't heard from me because I keep dropping a different vibe on them. And I appreciate my fans and the people who support me because they're like, ooh, okay, she's sprinkling a little bit of this, she's sprinkling a little bit of that, and they allow me to be different and, you know, give me something new and something fresh, and they're not wanting me to, you know, I'm allowed to not, I don't want to be boxed in, right? So
Right.
I want them to go be looking out for In a Rush, and just be looking out for my album dropping this month, September 25th.
So In a Rush, Mood Ring. If you haven't heard Grimy, listen to Grimy. You need to pay attention to Loyalty so you know what we're talking about. Okay?
Right.
All right. And Lois Lane, of course. Beautiful video, beautiful song. All your songs are really heartfelt and beautiful. And I'm so glad that we have real artists like you right now, you know, out here making moves, making noise, true singing, real songwriting. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys don't know where to find her, you can find her at Porcelan Music, and that's Porcelan Music.
Yep.
And you can find her on Instagram, you can find her on Twitter, and you can find her on Facebook as well.
Yep, definitely. Welcome.
I got you.
Check me
I got
out.
you. All right, well, I'm gonna let you go. In the meantime, I hope everyone is out there being safe. The fall is coming. It's gonna be gorgeous. And I hope everyone has a beautiful week. Stay up, stay focused, stay blessed. And we're out, y'all. Bye, Lovey. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
She sits on a smoke cloud, thinking out loud, trying to be strong as she cries through her song. She is black dove blue.